I am a born and raised Philadelphia Eagles fan. Yeah, fix your face, sir. Fix your face. Uh, I stream almost every day. I am an admin for many shows on this app. I admin for Roll, Model Fresh. I admin for Kauai. I admin for Big Country. I admin for PYT. I admin for Brookie. Um, hope I'm not forgetting anybody. But I am hosting an auction March 21st. It is for hashtag SOS, the Suicide and Substance Abuse Awareness nonprofit that I'm on the board of. That's all I got going on right now.
Good stuff, Class William. So I'm Art Man. Up in New England, so this is going to be a win-win for me. I grew up in New England. I grew up in Connecticut. That's where I was born and raised. However, I live an hour from Seattle, and that's been my team actually since I was a teenager. I loved a lot of the Seattle people out there, and so I'm going for the Seahawks today. Class, I didn't know you were out in the Philly region. I was out there a couple weeks ago. Believe it or not, I worked out there, like just outside of Philadelphia. So anyway, go Seahawks. All I got to say, and we're going to have a good show today.
Yes.
Awesome. That's awesome. My name is Fonzie. I'm representing the Green Bay Packers. Growing up from being in the South, like our state, which I'm from Alabama, our state's not always well known for having a pro football team, and mainly just been college. So I think it was probably since I was probably maybe 6 or 7. I think it was my brother that kind of introduced me to the Packers because he grew up as a Packers fan as well. He loved watching guys like Brett Favre and such. Quarterbacking for them. So I think it really just started with him. Introducing me to the Packers. I mean, of course, I've got like 2 other NFL teams that are my favorites as well, but I think the Packers really just stood out with me the most. I've always loved the tradition and so much history that they brought into not just with that team, but in NFL history, basically. So, and I've always heard a lot of good things about the state of Wisconsin that they represent. Hope to one day maybe go up there and visit that state myself, and maybe for once go to a Packers game myself, just to get to experience the energy and the atmosphere of that team. And so yeah, go Packers.
All right. Stoner, are you replacing Grim Force today?
Yes, I am. I was originally going to be on the show in Fonzie's place, but the weather had other ideas for my life. As people from the East Coast can also understand, Mother Nature can be cruel.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm also a diehard Packer fan to the point where it's a big part of who I am. I have a lamp on my set that is Packers. As you can see, my chill backdrop for today is Green Bay. Me and Fonzie are also great friends, talk football all the time. So.
All right, great. So it looks like we have 2 Packers fans today, Eagles and Seahawks. And Seahawks are in the Super Bowl today. Now, even though we have 2 representing the same team, remember you all are not teams, okay? Y'all are still, debating for yourselves. Are y'all ready to see what the poll results are and see who got them extra points? All right, so it looks like a lot of people like the Eagles, okay? Eagles got first place. And second place, we got the Packers. And Stoner, since you joined in, last minute, I'm going to give you an extra point too. Okay. So, Class Slim's got 2 extra points on the board already. And then we got Swansea and Stoner with an extra point. That poll did not go the way I thought it would, to be honest with you. I really didn't, especially with the Seahawks being in the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I couldn't find the poll, but whatever.
It was on my story.
It was
it was on my story. Yeah, I tagged you in it.
Okay. I checked her IG. Trust me. It's all good. I don't, whatever. It's a poll.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. All right. Okay. So to
And one
start
vote,
round
one
one.
vote isn't gonna matter.
All right. So to start round one, I'm going to give each of you 3 minutes to claim your team. Right? Like why did you pick this team? Well, some supporting facts you may have. Are we going to be talking about championships or what? What makes them the best to you? Why did you pick them? I'm going to go in order. I do have a timer up. Class Swim, are you ready?
Yeah, yeah, I think I am.
All right, I'll go ahead and get the timer started and class take us off.
All right. Somehow the NFL got it messed up. They call Dallas America's team, but the Eagles mascot is the bald eagle. Make it make sense. America's national animal is the eagle, and the Eagles. I mean, I'm from Philly. Y'all are not from the towns that you represent, but that's okay. All right, man, we're not going to talk about you trading off the Patriots, whatever. But listen, in terms of why I love them, the actual like the chemistry of the Philadelphia Eagles in the city of Philadelphia and what they do for the city of Philadelphia is why they're my team. We're not going to talk about, we can talk about their championships and stuff like that. Obviously, he should have been there today, but we had other plans. We're chilling in the cold at home while y'all go and, yep, agree with the bald eagle part, right? We can't be America's team because Dallas is, which makes no sense. But at the same time, I would challenge every single one of these teams to have gone against the Philadelphia Eagles this year and have tried to win against them. We were 8-1 for the longest. We fell against hard times this year. We've been on the championship a couple more times. I've been to a Super Bowl parade myself within the past 5 years. I don't know if y'all have. You know what I mean? So that's what I have. I have another minute and 30 seconds. I can tell you Jalen Hurts can outrun any Super Bowl, any quarterback y'all have right now. I can tell you that AJ Brown can also receive more yards than any guy you guys have right now. I can tell you that Saquon Barkley came out the Giants and killed it for the Philadelphia Eagles. I got other facts, but at the same time, do I need to use my entire 3 minutes? I don't. Yeah. Not. That's what I got right now. We can move on, and
Okay.
then yeah.
Okay, thank you, class. We can move on to, or just let me get the timer reset.
All right.
Thank you. I really enjoyed. I'll just let you go. And Art, whenever you're ready, you can take us off.
So Seattle, right? With if you want to compare them to Kansas City, I'm not comparing that. Right? So they have either the first or the second loudest stadium in everywhere, right? Even if you want to talk like all the race car stadiums, right? They're louder than some of the race car stadiums that they have out there. So it's a very loud stadium. I've been there. I've been waving the flag prior to a game when I was active duty, and I know exactly how loud it is. You can't even think about how loud that place is until you've been down there prior to the game. I can't even imagine it during a game. So one, we have Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is one of, I believe it's 5 quarterbacks that have won 14 games with 2 different teams. 1 of 5, right? Those other ones include a Brett Favre, a Tom Brady, a Peyton Manning, right? Think about those Hall of Fame quarterbacks that they have, right? Going with them. Also, we have, I don't know, Class said, and I said, AJ Brown receives more yards. I think we have the offensive player of the year. He's a receiver by the name of Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'm trying to remember who received more yards this year. On top of that, we also have a lot of experience on the team. We have a number 2 receiver in Cooper Kupp, who is from the state of Washington, right? He's playing with his home team, brings experience. One of the latest Triple Crown winners in touchdowns, yards receiving. And I forget the other one, and I do apologize on that, right? But the last receiver to do that. I haven't gotten to our defense yet. Our number 3 receiver, Rashid Shaheem, we picked up halfway through the year from the New Orleans Saints. Right now, the offense is rocking, right? We have nothing that's really going to stop us, right? It does suck that we have a loss in Zach Charbonnet. He was a powerful runner, right? We have Ken Walker with the speed, but also what I just saw Cam Akers, if you guys remember, Cam Akers has just also been brought up by the Seahawks. He's going to be the number 3 running back behind Holani and behind Kenneth Walker. So that's another lot of experience that they're bringing up. We have an exciting team, a second-year coach, right? From they got him from the Baltimore Ravens when Baltimore was in the championship. A great defensive coach, and they have an offensive team that's winning. So I'm not knocking any other teams. All I can do is go ahead and support Seattle. Do what they do. When I say support Seattle, I've gone. If you know this jersey number 24, Marshawn Lynch, right? Done a lot for the Seattle team. He actually does a lot for his community too. After I got out of the military, I actually worked with him for Thanksgiving feast. We gave out turkeys, and he remembers me from meeting him back when I waved the flag prior to a game. A lot of community service in there too. Go Seattle.
All right. Thank you, Art. Y'all are doing great. Okay. I'm just going to throw that out there. Y'all are doing great. All right. Fonzie, are you ready? Are you ready to let us know why you are Team Packers?
So yeah, like I said, growing up, it was, my brother, he kind of got me into it. Like the first thing I thought about with them is like, obviously I loved like the color theme with the team's colors, especially with the green and yellow and the white and whatever colors that they've used over the years. But what I really remember the most was just, I believe it was like one game they did in this was probably like in the early 2000s, and just remember hearing that roar of the crowd. Like I could feel the energy and the atmosphere from that team, from that stadium. I could see a lot of that. It was something about them that just really stuck out with me. Like they're like one of the most hardworking teams I've ever seen in NFL. Like, then there's been like a lot of history behind it as well, like going way back in the day, like in the early 20s. And, they've they've won, I think, 13, maybe 14 championships in NFL history, I believe, And I think I do believe they're like probably the only team that's ever won 3 consecutive titles twice, that from like, I think it was like from 1929 to like 1931, and then again during the mid 60s from like 65 to 67, somewhere around in there. And I think that was during the Vince Lombardi era, which I think that was kind of like the golden era for that team. And there's been Brett Favre was like, to me, I think he was like the GOAT of that team in the history. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I know other people's got other players from that team that's probably one up him, but Brett Favre was that one guy that I thought was the GOAT, especially at his age when he played as long as he did at his age. It was just remarkable, and I felt like he really held that team together. He carried that team on his back for the majority of his time. And a lot of the other guys at that time, had help as well. But I felt like to me he was like the heart and soul of the Packers, and and it really made me a diehard Packers fan. Since then I kind of fell out of the loop with them for a long time until I started seeing like guys like Aaron Rodgers coming up, and then I try to keep up with them from time to time. So it's just, I was always just inspired by that team. I kind of wish we would have had something like that where I was from. So yeah.
All right. Thank you, Fonzie. It's no secret I'm also a Packers fan, so I enjoyed hearing it. Not gonna lie, seeing you touch all these points. Let's go on to Stoner. Stoner, are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
So I'm from Wisconsin. I'm born and raised here. Not gonna lie, Our college sports suck. The professional sports suck. But Green Bay is where we thrive. We're the only city-owned team where we're owned by the fans. You buy stock. The land is owned by a native tribe. All money from like 30% of the income goes to that tribe alone. That goes into the Lambeau Field. They're very, very publicly known as probably one of the only self-owned franchises in the league. They also have the smallest population of any franchise in the league. But overwhelmingly across the country have been proven. There are Packer bars in every state in this country. Everyone. There is a Packer bar in every state in this country. Yep. It has been proven. They are America's team. And by the way, I could argue that against Dallas because that's just the star rating. Eagles fans may like me on that one, but if it wasn't for for us Packer fans, the Doug Petersons and the Matt Hasselbecks and the the Holmgrens and the Seahawks or the Eagles both wouldn't have what they had. Oh, by the way, that championship in the late 2000s that they fumbled. Ugh. But then again, I digress. And hey, by the way, all I gotta say to the Seahawks fan is, we want the ball and we're gonna score. I'm good on the rest of my time.
All right, he come in swinging, and I love it. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and ask y'all to drop down so we can get some of the judges up. Y'all go take a bathroom break, whatever y'all need to do for a minute. Gather your facts that you want to come in and swing with the rebuttal because man, Stoner, that opening, okay? So for everyone coming in, I'm your host, Bunny. This is the Great Debate. We're here every Sunday at 2 p.m. where we get to discuss different topics. Okay, I have a panel of judges that will come up after every round. We just finished round one, okay, where they opened their statements and gave us the why. Why did they pick who they picked? Today we had Art, Class, Fonzie, and Stoner, and they're all debating different teams. Y'all make sure y'all are listening in. It's a lot of fun. We've got 2 more rounds to go. After each round, like I said, the judges will come up. The top gifter of the stream, do not forget you get a custom flyer. You get to help pick a future show topic, and you get the chance to be one of our mystery judges, okay, for a future episode. All right, so judges, are you ready? I think they might want to hear what you're looking for, what you've noticed, any tips you can give. All right, there's one of our lovely judges. If you want to, Ella, yes. If you have something you want to say, go ahead. Request the box.
I don't know if she can at the moment because I know she's out and about at the moment. You're welcome, love. If there's anything that you want me to relay to the group to the live, Ella, just let me know in the chat and I'll relay for you. I don't know if anybody else is gonna box.
Okay, you're fine. Take it off.
Okay. Yay. No pressure. So I think right now where we're at is everybody came in like really strong and with a really good argument. At the moment, I think we're pretty unanimous in the fact that class came in with the strongest argument right now. We're looking for, we appreciated her opinions. Her opinions were backed up by facts. Everybody's using facts to back up their opinions, and that's what we're looking for. We're kind of and guys, you got to remember at the end of this, you want to make us want to switch to your team. So we need you guys to kind of pull us in and say, hey, this is why you should like my team. And that's what we're kind of looking for is, hey, you should like my team because of this. So, and forgive me, the camera's kind of weird because I'm on my tablet, not my phone at the moment. Are the judges okay with the score? Like, should I go ahead and, do you want to know what the score is? I don't know if we all
wait
agreed.
until the end on score.
Okay.
But thank you. I feel like you touched all the bases, brought what answered all the questions. All right. If y'all are ready to come up and give your rebutals, and thank you again, Danny. Y'all make sure y'all favorite Danny. Danny is a judge and also an admin for me. Couldn't do this without them, okay? Admins, go ahead and put your emoji in the chat so we know who you are along with the judges, because this show would not be possible without you guys. And also everyone that's showing up and debating. All right, it looks like Artman's ready. All right, class. You ready? Yep, there's class. All right, Stoner and Fonzie, not the Packer fans slacking. Where you at?
The same boxes. I'm like, I wasn't. I just pushed the button. I wasn't trying to get in first.
Oh, you're fine. It doesn't really matter the order, just as long as all you get to go.
Gotcha.
I had to do the world's fastest diaper change on a toddler.
Hey, you got this, right?
Well played.
Right.
Well played.
All right, so are you ready, Art? You ready to take it off?
So I'm rebutting facts now?
Yes, anything you can touch base on anything they said. And like I said, y'all can also have your second devices, right? I allow that here. That way if somebody says something, you're like, hey, let me fact check this real quick, right? I very well encourage it. You just let me know when you're ready, Art, and I'll start the timer.
I'm ready.
Alrighty.
Thanks. So you guys, sorry, I was waiting for the timer to start. There we go. So you guys said class came with facts. I gave you the offensive player of the year with the most receiving yards, not AJ Brown. I came with facts with I can't think of his name. Sam Darnold being one of 5 quarterbacks. This is all time to come with 2 teams, right? To come with a second team with 14 wins on a second team. I came with multiple facts on experience for receiving yards, right? With Cooper Kupp, who was the last Triple Crown winner in yards, receptions, and touchdowns. Those were the 3 things, right? So that's another fact that I came with, right? Giving an opinion on a team from where I'm from, right? And this is not a class, right? Isn't what I said, right? They also have different things, right? Now I'm also using facts from what we know about this year, and for the most part, I didn't come with a hypothetical of taking a ball and saying we want the ball, we're gonna score. Not the hypotheticals, right? I didn't come with times of Hall of Famers like Steve Largent, right? One of the all-time greatest receivers in the league. Not a Jerry Rice, but still one of the all-time. So what I needed to prove, I think I more than proved in the facts of why the team is great this year and why I continuously follow them. Also, we have that thing. What were they called? What are the Legion of Boom? Right, one of the all-time best defenses, and they still follow that defensive record, right? So I'm not sure where I've lost in this round, but hey, it was good debating with y'all, and judges, do your job.
All right. So was some great points there, Art. Art was like, okay, I'm ready. I hear you all, but I'm ready. All right, class, are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
In the first round, y'all were talking about your fans. I will say that we are the only stadium in NFL history to have a jail in the bottom of our stadium. We have a fan jail because the Philadelphia fans are the rowdiest in the NFL. Now, I will say that I hear everybody talking about your quarterbacks. Philadelphia's got a deep team. We can rely on our offense, our defense. We run the ball. We defend. Anybody heard of the tush push? Undefendable. All across the NFL, the tush push. I challenge y'all to make it further in the playoffs than the Eagles have in recent seasons. We rely on our defense, our offense, our coaching. I mean, you're here today. When was the last time you were here? That's what I'm saying. We can sit here and say the Seahawks are the best, but when was the last time they were in a playoff run? Regular season? Yeah, y'all got it. Packers, y'all got it. Regular season. When it matters, we're built for January football. We're built for January football and fourth quarter football. Y'all play first halves, third quarter football. We till the end. Till the end. I also wrote down some facts. Let's see. While y'all can go regular season runs, when dominance matters, that's when the Eagles shine. And that's in the playoff season. We've had more NFC leaderships across the NFL over the past recent years. Not only did we win the Super Bowl, we kept that dominance up throughout the NFL as we move forward. We just fell short this year, and I'm okay with that. That's all I got.
All right, class. Thank you. All right, Stoner.
I am ready.
You ready?
Alrighty. So to start this off, I should have clarified when I said I want the ball, we're going to score. Matt Hasselbeck, the former Seahawks quarterback, said that in Lambeau Field, 2 Packers fans, I want the ball, we're going to score, and on the first play threw a pick six. It doesn't matter how long ago it was. Each time when y'all come at us when it matters, you choke. You choked in 2011. You choked back in 2007. You've choked now. You're going to choke now. Also, when it comes to the rebuttal of the Eagles fans, also when you win Super Bowls, you burn your city down. The city you love so much, just let's burn it to the ground. We had the Ministry of Defense before your Legion of Boom. And before that, which Super Bowl trophy are you guys trying to raise again? The one named after our coach, right? The Vincent Lombardi trophy. That one? Yeah, that trophy. Our coach, right? So keep chasing that wild dream. Also, one other thing, Jordan Love, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers in the last 3 years also pumped out Matt Flynn, Matt Hasselbeck, and now Malik Willis, who will probably be going to the Dolphins.
Is that all you got?
Hasselbeck wouldn't have been any good without the Packers drafting him in the first place. So, hey, Art, thanks, by the way.
Okay, Stoner, I hope you're ready for that third and final statement because I feel like you've done lit some flames, all right?
That's what the fire's for.
All right, Fonzie, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, Fonzie, take it off.
So yeah, I agree with him on a lot of things he just said right there. I mean, all I can say with that is just be prepared. You know, they're going to come back stronger than they've always been. So just to start that off, but the fact with them is like they've been one of the most highly decorated teams in the history of the NFL. You know, as I pointed out before, I mean, 13 championships. 9 of them was like pre-Super Bowl, and then the other 4 were Super Bowl, including being a part of the very first 2 Super Bowls. you know, and then you're talking about quarterbacks. I mean, let's look at the resume if we can. Like, you got guys like, Don Hudson and, of course, Brett Favre. Like those guys carried carried that team to new heights. For a long period of time. Of course, it's not always just about one specific player of each team. Every they make every player on that team feel important. They make that every player on the team feel like family almost. They come from such a very humbled yet caring community. Because they literally started where they kind of came from nothing, and then they ended up becoming something. If that makes any sense, especially when during financial troubles they've had since like the early 20s. I mean, I'm sure they probably had a couple of other problems since then, but to me, like the numbers just don't lie. Like they've had, 6 retired numbers on there. Hudson and Favre, Reggie White. Like some of the legends of that era.
All right, time's up, Fonzie, and thank you. All right, so that was a very great second round. I was very pleased with all of y'all's rebuttal statements, actually. Gonna ask y'all to drop down once again, take a little break. We're gonna let our judges come in. Uh, Tell us what they thought on the second round. Everyone that is just coming in, this is a great debate. I'm your host, Bunny. We are here every Sunday at 2 p.m. to debate random topics, all right? Some may be silly, some may be serious, all right? Also, we finished the first round and the second round, and then we'll be going on to our third round after the judges let us know. Yes, I agree, they did bring more heat. All right, top gifter of this show, okay, of the stream here. You will get a personal flyer on IG, and you get to meet with the admins to pick up a topic and come back at a later date to be a mystery judge. And it looks like Ella's here to speak to y'all. All right, Ella, take it away as soon as it loads you in there. Here we go. There you are.
I'm going to keep it really short and really sweet because I'm about a big back, you know what I'm saying? But, okay, first things first. This is the great debate, right? With Bunny every Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern. We are not here to debate with the judges. We are here to debate with the other debaters. So if you want us to agree with your opinion and side more towards with you instead of telling us why we're wrong for thinking what we're thinking, how about you give us more supporting evidence, or you tell us something else that would further enhance your argument and your point. I think you just did a lot of repetition, unfortunately, from the first round. So that's for Artman. Stoner, you did really, really great. We just wish you had more facts into it. So you were doing really, really good. Let's just throw some of your own more actual facts into it. Fonzie, we want you to try and prove to us why your option is better than the other 3, instead of just telling us what you agree with, what you don't agree with, that whatever. And then class, you just did really, really great. You're doing really, really good. You're going really strong, and that's it. Okay, sorry. Thank you.
All right. I agree with a lot of what Ella said. I'm not a judge. I'm just here, okay? I will say this, Fonzie, be confident about what you say, okay? I do think that would help you out a lot. Come off a little more confident. Class, you're doing great. Art, I think you're doing well. I mean, the judges said what they said, and you responded to that. I will say that. And Stoner, I think you just like rage baiting, but I'm all for it. If that's your debate tactic, I'm all for it. All right, can I go ahead and have the contestants request the box? I see Artman in class. And so, all right, here we go. All right, let me get y'all brought back up. Again, it doesn't matter the order, just as long as all y'all get your chance to go. All right. All right, and for this round, this is y'all's final statement, okay? This is your statement where you get to bring it all in, okay? And I'll give you 3 minutes for this round instead of two, like I did for the rebuttal. So, y'all let me. Stoner, you ready?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna start the timer.
All right. So in my final statement, I was asked to do this, so I got you. All right. So fact of the matter is the Packers have had 10 quarterbacks in the last 30 years. Start 10. No other franchise in the league can say that. None. Zero. The Packers have had the most consistent offense in running a West Coast offense for the last 30 years. Now, yes, they learned that from a former Eagles offensive coordinator. Oops. But before that, he was a part owner of the New York Giants. So there is that. Vincent Lombardi was and is the greatest football coach of all time. He is never there. There's nobody that can outquote that man. In retrospect, though, looking at it from a Packers fan, for my state, it is the only thing we have. It is our home. Try getting a ticket to a Packer game. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. They're sold out for the next 40 years. Yes, I said 40 years. I will be dead before I become a season ticket holder, and I'm on the list. So that is crazy work. The Packers fans, we own the team. It's not like we answer to some guy like Jerry Jones, unfortunately for the league. It is also a great thing that the Packers are one of the most charitable organizations in the league. We do a lot of work in the charity department almost every week. I mean, our quarterback got headlines for pushing a lady out of a snow ditch. So, I mean, you know, our players are about the community, and that is one thing that we have. I am grateful for it. My closing argument to any of them would be is go to Lambeau, and it'll be the only experience where you're going to go there and you're just going to, there's nothing like it. I had to call Bunny when I walked up to it because she's a Packer fan and never been. There's just an aura when you see it. It's just, there's something special about that place. And it's a historic landmark to us football fans. I mean, there's so many historic moments that have happened in that stadium. Also, I'm going to keep Lambeau leaping until I die. So I hope you all have fun and go Pack Go.
All right, great job, Stoner. I could tell you was listening to what the judges had to say. Now, Art, are you ready? Are you ready to give us your final statement?
Oh, you're going to love this.
All right. Let's go.
Stand by. So let's take a look at your Lambeau quarterbacks. You got one quarterback that was supposed to come be the Seattle Seahawks hero, a.k.a. Matt Flynn, because he had one big game of like 485 yards that he threw for while he was a Packer. Oh, wait, he got beat out by Russell Wilson. Oops. Russell Wilson? Wait, fact. Oh, wait, you got another quarterback, a.k.a. Brett Favre, one of the better quarterbacks of all time. I agree with you. Oh, he's doing what right now? He's fighting off a lawsuit because he took money from who? In what state was that? Was that down south somewhere? Because he's embezzling money somewhere? Absolutely great quarterbacks. Good choice, bro. Good choice. Because the quarterbacks that you're saying that you've had 10 in the past, I don't know how many seasons you're saying. Can you name the quarterbacks for Seattle in the past 10 years? And guess what? There's not 10. Right? So all these other quarterbacks that you're talking about, the Malik, right? He was supposed to start somewhere else. Now he's a backup. He could be starting somewhere else next season. Good luck to you, Malik. Right? Jordan Love. It sucks that he got injured this year. Right? He could be a quarterback, but we don't know that. Next, we'll move on. I shall digress from taking down the Packers, right? So great, right? So great for the Packers that they had to bring Mike Holmgren, who was in Seattle, to come over to save the Packers. Wow. It doesn't sound like the Packers are doing great. It sounds like the Packers are taking that stuff from Seattle in order to try to be a better team. I'll just leave it at that for the Packers. Next, if you think I'm repeating myself, I'm really not repeating myself. I'm just coming with like facts, which is what everyone wanted at the beginning of this. Facts, right? So and don't you dare! I sat here quiet. So let's just keep going on this trip, right? Eagles. Now the Eagles were in the past few years absolutely a great team. They were. And when you start taking and moving parts of the Eagles across from one another, right? When they find out how to defend things, it's not as good as it was with the tush push, which is one of the fantastic moves in all of football. I agree with it, right? Why is it, if it's so great, why is it being scrutinized by so many teams now? Why are they having league officials ask for the tush push to go away if it's so great? Saquon Barkley, I don't know why the Giants got rid of him. However, this year, because they knew how to defend him, he didn't have that great of a year. A 2,000-yard rusher, not having 1,300 this year, pretty inadequate. But I digress, and you guys are doing a great job, so I appreciate you.
All right, great points, Art. Art said, I heard you and I brought it. All right. In class, over there taking notes and ready.
She's got notes.
Go ahead and get your timer started.
Go ahead, class.
All right. So you said you don't know why the Giants got rid of Saquon Barkley. I'm here to tell you that Saquon Barkley got rid of the Giants. They weren't letting him play the way he wanted to play, so he left. That's what happened. Now, we could talk about Saquon's impact on the Eagles as well. Last year, when he was about to get 1,000 rushing yards, he sat the game and did not get his bonus twice for the good of the team. For the good of the team. He does that for the team, okay? I heard about the charitable events that are going on in Wisconsin. It's all great. Y'all have nothing else to do. Y'all have cows. Y'all have cheese. Y'all have football. That's it. That's all. So y'all make noise. That's great. Seahawks, y'all make noise. We're making an impact all year long. When the lights turn on a football Sunday night, the Eagles show up, right? The Eagles definitely show up. Listening to Packers fans talk about their history as a football team is like watching a Netflix rerun, honestly. Like, y'all still live in the past. Y'all got cheese. Seattle's got rain. We have rings. Right? Y'all are playing regular season win. Not this year. We don't have it yet. And you don't have one yet either. I'd love to back up the Patriots run, right? Against a team that, when was the last time we were, y'all were in the Super Bowl? I don't know. Anyway, regular season wins are like preseason trophies. When it matters, dominance is what matters, and the Eagles are losing left and right. I will also say, coaching-wise, Nick Sirianni is a whole players coach. He actually doesn't call many plays at all, which is why our offense sucked so much this year, because we let our offensive coordinator call the plays while the entire team was against him. The Philly fans egged our offensive coordinator's house because he was doing such a crappy job. We fired him. We have a new one already. We're ready for next season. When I talk about the whole, right? Yeah, really, that's all I have. We rebuild. We don't rebuild. We don't reboot. We just show up every single year. We're not looking to replace the people we have. We keep our people, and we build a team, and that's where I'm at. I yield the rest of my time.
All right. Good job, class. All y'all are doing great. I do want to add that. All right. I want to add that all y'all are doing great. Fonzie, are you ready?
Now I am. Okay, it might not be no secret. Maybe we've had our share of bad luck, hard times here and there. Yeah, maybe there's probably been some people that probably isn't doing as much as they should be. or could have done. But I've always been able to sum them up into just one word, as the underdogs. I look at them as the underdogs of this whole NFL franchise. I mean, we might live in the past here and there, but we still continue to thrive on trying to make history. You know, we're pretty much the money making, no BS taking. We will punch you in your face and not even think twice about it. But but we still have that heart. We still have that passion for the sport. We still have that passion for the fans. Maybe we might not be as squeaky clean as some of these other ones. They're trying to be these new upcoming little yuppies that they think that they know best, and they think that they got all of the God gifted talent that they were supposedly blessed with. But we've also been one of the most hardworking teams in history. Might not be as good as some of these other ones. Now, I do give a lot of these other teams credit. I do. But when it comes to the Packers, I mean, there's just no comparison. I don't think none of these other teams could ever hold a candle compared to us. And it's not about out competing them. It's not about being better than people. It's about being the best at what you do and what you bring out there on that field. When those lights go on and that crowd starts cheering or booing, either way, they come to deliver. They come for a fight, not for hatred, but for the love of the game, for the love of their community, for the love of the sport, the fans, so on and so forth. So we might have our shared bad luck at the moment. Yeah, we might have a couple of players here and there that's been getting injury prone lately, but we're always looking for a fight. We're always ready for the next team that comes before us. That's what we thrive on. We thrive on this sport. We thrive on competition. We thrive on just being the best that we could absolutely be in this day and age. So go Packers.
All right. Everyone, this was a great debate. I'm your host, Bunny. What y'all just heard was the final statements, okay? We are here every Sunday at 2 p.m. and where we debate different topics. Y'all make sure y'all are favoriting Stoner, who is a Packers fan, Artman, who is here representing the Seahawks, Class, who is representing Eagles, and then Fonzie, who is representing the Packers as well. All right, now we are going to let our judges take time to really deliberate on who they thought really brought the punch, right? Who really brought the debate. While we wait, I'm going to go have y'all go in order. Introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about who you are, when we can catch you on, and anything you have going on, all right? Stoner, you want to start us off?
Sure, why not? I'm Super Saiyan Stoner. You can find me on every Wednesday after AEW Wrestling, where I talk about wrestling. You can also find me every weekday except for Fridays at between 11 and 1 p.m. I am in Bunny's auction coming up this Saturday, I believe. And as well, I have my own auction I'm hosting on 4/19. It's a 4/20 auction. And I have Divine Danny's auction coming up in May. And I'm working on production of my own show.
All right, Art.
Big Factual Run, Saturday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's really all I'm going to say because I already know how this is going to turn out. So I'm just waiting. Like even though I'm bringing nothing, even though I brought nothing but facts, I already know how this is going to turn out. So
Well, I think you've done great, Art, and I've enjoyed it.
I already know how it's going to turn out. It's. Go ahead. I'll just let it go. Love you all. You guys did great. Like everyone did great up here. I appreciate y'all.
I do. I think everyone done great. Class?
Absolutely.
I'm Class Swim. I stream almost every evening. I admin for Kauai. I admin for Queen Honey. I admin for PYT. I admin for Role Model Fresh. I admin for Big Country and for Brookie. I forgot to say that I'm in Brookie's auction February 13th. That is for 50 Shades of Love auction. I am also hosting my own auction. It is a charity event for hashtag SOS. It's the nonprofit that I'm on the board of. It's a suicide and substance abuse awareness nonprofit. And I'm co-hosting a stream with Master of Voices tonight at 7 p.m. We're doing personal development every Sunday night at 7 p.m. And then we'll add a second episode on Wednesdays, where we do emotional check-ins and goal setting just to get you on the right path to be a more productive human. That's all I have.
Okay. And Fonzie?
My name is Fonzie. I tend to try to stream at least a couple of times a day. One during the day or evening, and then one at night. I do have quite a bit of auctions and such coming up. Bunny's auction, of course, I got coming up on next Saturday. I got some going on with Chucky next month. Again, of course, there's Stoner's auction going on in April, and then we got Danny's auction in May. So I kind of got quite a bit of a busy schedule myself. I do believe I'm adminning for one of Danny's shows tonight, if I'm not mistaken. So, but if people want to try to catch me, when I'm streaming, it'd be either like I said, it'd be like during the day or at night, whichever works with everyone.
All right. So now that we know where to find them, make sure you got them saved, okay? And go give them a view. All of them are great streamers, great individuals, and I'm so glad y'all was on here. I really hope to see all y'all come back. Are my judges ready? Are y'all ready? As soon as the judges let me know they're ready, I'll have y'all drop down. They'll announce who wins. The winner can box up if they want, of course. It's completely up to y'all. But again, make sure y'all are favoriting everyone, okay? Oh, also don't forget you still have 4 minutes to be the top gifter of the stream to where you can come back and as a mystery judge in a later episode and also get with one of my admins to help pick a topic, okay? Chat, while I'm waiting on a judge to request the box and let us know who won, be spamming the emojis of who you think brought the heat. Who do you think brought the debate today? All right, I'm seeing some for art. I'm seeing some for class. All right, I'm seeing some more there for class. We got carrots in the chat. I didn't even debate. I did not even debate. All right, I think the judges maybe having a. Are y'all ready? Or it just looks you up hilarious. Alrighty, I don't see a request. Maybe I missed it. All right, you ready? Go ahead and request the box and let us know. There we go.
So we do have the scores and everything for everybody. Do you want us to tell you the winner? Or do you want us to give us? Do you want me to give like actual scores for me?
If you want, you can go through and just touch base with each one, kind of give what you thought some highs and lows was if you want, and then we can go through the points. Start, with make it fun. You got this, Danny.
Okay, I got this. I got this. So first of all, let's start with Fonzie. So at the beginning, Fonzie, you were a little. The judges felt like you were a little more reserved, right? I don't want to quite use the word timid because I feel like that's unfair, but you're definitely more reserved. The second round, you kind of picked up a little bit of speed, and then by, you know, closing statements, you were really bringing it. You were giving us exactly what we were wanting from you. Fonzie's score with the additional point was 10 for the poll. So very good job, very good effort. Stoner, you never disappoint. You always come in guns blazing, slinging your, you know, just like, this is my opinion, bam, in your face, right? And that's exactly what we expected from you. That's kind of what we wanted from you. You know, we didn't get as much of the facts as we wanted from you and the sound, but, you know, we got exactly what we wanted in the final bit. You gave us fact. Here, we're going to throw in a little bit of an opinion, fact, and you just loaded us with what we asked of you. So for that, Stoner was given a total of 11 points with the bonus point. I'm sorry, I think I said Fonzie got 11. That was Stoner. Fonzie got 10.